Hi guys, it's Stock Curry. Now, I know if you especially are a new trader, you're probably panicking right now. I mean, we are on day 6 of this market correction and this sell-off in all of these high-growth speculative plays. It's a good chance that you probably are seeing 6 days of losses. As a new investor, as a new trader, that can be really, really scary. So, I want to come to you as a Gen X, somebody who's been trading for over 20 years, and I want to give you guys some clarity, and especially I want to give you some peace. I want to let you guys know what's happening and come at it without all of the emotions that can often surround ourselves in these times where we're losing money, and think about the market rationally and logically. But the first thing I want you guys to do is just join me and take a deep breath and just relax. So join me right now. Take a big deep breath in. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Slowly exhale. And relax. Hakuna Matata. Don't worry. Have peace. I know a lot of stocks are getting slaughtered right now. There is death everywhere in the stock market. Yea, though I walk through the valley of death, I shall fear no evil. It's okay. Remember this phrase. What goes up must come down, and what goes down must rebound. Say it with me. What goes up must come down, and what goes down must rebound. Right now, we are seeing a lot of stocks go down. We are seeing some stocks go down 30 and 40% from their highs. Those stocks are going to rebound, and many of them are going to get back to new all-time highs. Most of them, actually. So, be calm. There are 3 things that are happening right now in this market correction, okay? The first one is money is being transferred out of high growth stocks and into stable blue chip companies. Companies like Disney, American Airlines, Wells Fargo, Macy's. Companies like these that are stable, good companies. We know they're fine. They're not going to go anywhere. Money's moving out of the growth stocks that are focused on the future and into blue chip stocks that are stable right now. So if you want to stop the bleeding in your portfolio, as you get stopped out of certain positions, you might want to consider putting that money into a stable company like Wells Fargo, American Airlines, Bank of America, Macy's, stocks like that aren't going down. In fact, those stocks are actually going up right now because money is being transferred out of high growth stocks and into these stable companies. So the second thing that's happening right now is there were a lot of stocks that ran up way too fast. They were way too high, and now those stocks are coming back down to levels where they should be at. They're good fundamental levels. The third thing that's happening is there are stocks that have come down too much. They're actually oversold right now. So in the same way that a lot of retail investors, especially new traders, get what's called FOMO, fear of missing out, when they see a stock going up and up and up and up, and they're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to miss out on these gains, and they end up buying at the very, very, very top. And then what happens is the stock starts going down, and they do the exact opposite. They panic. They get fearful, like, oh my gosh, I don't want to lose all my money. They panic sell, and they end up selling at the very bottom. I guarantee you, there are quite a few people watching this channel that did that. You bought a lot of stocks at the top, and you just sold out at the bottom. It is literally the worst possible thing you can do. If that was you, I recommend you go take that Trader U course that I talked about yesterday. Go learn how to invest in the market so that you can start making money and don't make the same mistakes, okay? There's actually a link down in the description of this video for 15% off of that course. Now, what we want to do is right now, yesterday I told you guys be very, very picky about the stocks that you buy. What you can do right now is you can look for those stocks that are oversold, and you can start buying those. Let me give you a couple of examples. One was ABML. ABML dropped 40% today, and it finished the day down like 10%. It was a huge drop in the morning and then a huge rise back up. That was a great opportunity to make a lot of money if you had seen that dip. There were a lot of other stocks that did the exact same thing. I actually ended up buying, I think, 11 different stocks today on the morning dip. There was a huge dip in the market around 8:30 this morning, and I saw that happening. You should have seen it. I actually work at a company right now where we code trading platform and an algo trading platform for like automated trading. And when we saw that huge market dip around 8:30, everybody like stopped working for about 30 minutes, and we all went in and started buying stocks because everybody saw the exact same thing. It was an incredible opportunity to make a ton of money in the market. My coworker, who was sitting right next to me, he ended up buying Tesla, and it went up 8% in 1 hour. I mean, it was an incredible day to make money, guys. So be really picky on your stocks and look for the stocks that are oversold that you can buy and rise back up. All right, guys, let's get into today's stock picks. I don't have a lot for you. I just wanted to give you that peace of mind and a steady voice in this time of difficulty. For those of you who are new to this channel, my name is Scott Curry. I used to work as an analyst for some large investment banks, and now I analyze stock picks from the top 10 YouTubers. I then compile all of my analysis into a daily video that I post right here on this channel. I spend hours every day watching YouTube videos so that you don't have to. All you have to do is watch one video each day and you will get every single stock pick from the top 10 YouTubers. And all I ask in return is that you click that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon so that you can get notified when I release my next video. In fact, I'll give you 5 seconds to do that right now. All right, before we get to today's stock picks, I just want to remind everyone that I'm not a financial advisor and none of the YouTubers I follow are financial advisors either. Today's video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. All right, before we get to the stock picks, I just want to show you guys what some of the top industries are, to show you guys where you might want to consider moving some of your money if you do get stopped out on some of the high growth stocks. Those industries include oil and gas, personal and household, electric utilities, and banking services. So what we're seeing here is blue chip companies and not high growth stocks. All right, let's get to today's stock picks. First up is AYRO. This is AYRO, and they're an American commercial EV manufacturer and a competitor to Workhorse. Dead Inside said that he bought AYRO on the dip. You can see strong support at $5.84, so this one is near the bottom. Next up is CCIV, Churchill Capital. This is a SPAC, and they're merging with Lucid Motors. Lucid Motors is an American EV company and a competitor to Tesla. The traveling trader said that if you are not already in CCIV, then this is a great opportunity to make money. The traveling trader likes options, and he thinks the best thing you can do is sell cash-covered puts. He said you can also buy CCIV and sell covered calls. He also said that if you don't have the money to buy 100 shares, you can sell a credit put spread. He does think that we'll be above $40 by the end of this week. If you want to understand how options work on CCIV, I recommend you watch the Traveling Trader's video that he uploaded Monday night. StockMo said to expect high volatility on CCIV for the rest of this week, but it should settle down after this week. Larry Jones said that he learned his lesson from HYLN and sold most of his CCIV prior to the merger announcement, and he's glad he did. By the way, I think that's a great point. You should have a trading journal where you write down your plays. Write down why you bought, what price you bought in at, and when you plan to sell. Then after you sell, write down any lessons that you learned about the play. Did you buy too late? Did you sell too early? Did you panic? Did you follow your strategy? Write it down and learn from it. Larry Jones learned from his HYLN play, and that allowed him to play CCIV perfectly. I will also let you know that I have a trading journal even after 20 years of trading, and I use it almost every day. Larry Jones also reminded us that SPACs usually sell off post-merger announcements, which we are seeing now. And then they rise up going into the merger. Remember that a lot of large institutions were waiting for the CCIV announcement to be finalized before getting in. And now that CCIV has dropped so much, they will be able to buy in with very little risk. ZipTrader also said that you're not getting too bad of a deal on CCIV right now. Just make sure you hold through all of the volatility. ZipTrader also gave a new price target of $55. Next up is CLSK. This is CleanSpark, and they're a Bitcoin mining company. My financial friend said CLSK is at a really attractive valuation right now, but did warn that this is riskier than the other Bitcoin miners due to some lawsuits against the company. My financial friend did say that he bought more CLSK on Tuesday. While we're at it, let's take a look at Bitcoin and see where it's at right now. All right, here we see the $45 dip that I was talking about yesterday, and it's currently at $50,000. So it looks like it's recovering nicely right now. All right, next up is DBX, Dropbox. DBX had very strong support at $21.76, and we saw it bounce off of that support level today and actually rise all the way back up to its first support level. Chris Zane reminded us that speculative plays are getting crushed right now, so focus on the stocks that are more steady to balance out your portfolio and prevent further drops in your portfolio. Chris Zane did a great job explaining the current sell-off and rotation into stable stocks. I highly recommend you watch Chris Zane's full video that he uploaded Tuesday. He gave excellent, wise advice on how to handle this market correction. Next up is GHVI. This is a SPAC, and they're merging with Matterport. Matterport is a technology company for real estate. My financial friend really wishes he had bought in at the low today, but he missed it. He thinks it's at a nice valuation right now. Next up is Macy's. Notice how has not sold off with the rest of the market. This is why you need to be diversified. A retail company like Macy's may not have been sexy like the other SPACs and EVs and other hype stocks that we've been talking about, but it's also not down 20% over the past few days. In fact, it's up. Chris Zane is absolutely right that is a great stock to buy right now, so be on the lookout for stocks that have not dropped during the past week and consider investing in some of these to help balance out your portfolio. Now, no other YouTubers mentioned it, but I want to briefly show you SKT because this is a stock that I bought 2 days ago and it has done really well for me. I noticed that it has had this nice long upward trend. I also noticed that we had this huge rise earlier and drop, which gave me a nice point to try to pick a price target at. I actually picked $19. And so right here, I decided to buy. And what ended up happening was as money moved out of the hype stocks and into stable stocks, this one actually rose quite a bit. And so this is a company that I bought 2 days ago and it's doing really well for me. This is the kind of movement you guys need to be looking for when you get stopped out and you're looking for more of a stable company that you want to buy into. All right, next up is NIO. This is a Chinese EV manufacturer. Stockmo said Tuesday morning that he would be buying more NIO today. Stockmo thinks upcoming earnings are going to be a positive catalyst for NIO, and I agree. NIO is reporting earnings on March 1st after the market close. So if you're looking for a bottom to get into NIO, the bottom will most likely occur this week. Next up is SBE. This is a SPAC and they're merging with ChargePoint. Okay, if you used my stop loss price of $32, you got stopped out today on SBE. I know it recovered a lot from its low of $26.73, but don't be fooled. This one could drop a lot more from where it is now. Just keep in mind that the merger vote date is on February 25th, and that could be an upward catalyst for SBE. So forget the price points right now and look at the dates. Wednesday will probably be the low on SBE if Tuesday morning wasn't already. If you got stopped out on SBE, look to get back in on a dip on Wednesday. But don't buy in with your full position that you got stopped out at, because this market correction is still happening and SBE could still go back down. Wait to fully buy back into SBE until we see a clear bottom. All of that said, this is already really cheap. My financial friend reminded us that we haven't seen prices this low since December. Next up is SFTW. This is a SPAC and they're merging with Black Sky. Black Sky is an Earth observation satellite company with an advanced artificial intelligence algorithm to process the data and provide detailed information to its customers. My financial friend bought more SFTW Tuesday morning. Now keep in mind that this is a SPAC with a $10 floor, so at current prices, this one is getting really cheap right now. Next up is TSLA. This is Tesla, and they're an American EV manufacturer. StockMo said Monday morning that he would be buying more TSLA today. StockMo said he likes the fact that TSLA has dropped over 20% from its high already. So has TSLA bottomed out? Maybe. We did have strong support at $653 and at $605, and it hit both of those support lines on Tuesday, opening near the $653 support and dropping as low as $619 intraday before rebounding. Now this could be the bottom, and it could also continue dropping. Remember, I said TSLA could drop all the way down to $465. So if you want to get back into TSLA, you can start slowly buying back in. Just be aware of a dead cat bounce. A dead cat bounce is when we get a bounce for a day or two and then it continues to drop. Next up is TTCF. This is Tattooed Chef, and they're a plant-based foods company and a competitor to Beyond Meat. My financial friend said that this is undervalued right now. He also let us know that they announced earnings and earnings were good. Personally, I don't think TTCF has finished bottoming out. I think it will bottom out at around $17, but I could be wrong. The way to get back into these stocks that are dropping a lot is to buy in slowly. So you want to buy a little bit now, then wait a few days, then buy a little bit more, then wait a few days, and then buy a little bit more. Nobody can perfectly predict a bottom on a market correction, so buy in slowly in case your stocks continue to drop. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video and got a lot out of it. Comment down below what your favorite stock pick is for tomorrow. And I just want to remind you guys that we are currently in the process of choosing our top 10 YouTubers for March. We're going to be looking at getting rid of one or maybe two or maybe none, we'll see. And we're also looking to add one or two or so. So head on over to the community tab and make sure you vote who you want to be the top 10 YouTubers for March. And if you guys want to get some free stocks, sign up for Webull using my link in the description below. When you do, they're going to give you 2 free stocks worth up to $1,850. They're also going to give me 1 free stock. It helps you out, and it also helps the channel out. And finally, remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon if you haven't already. I hope you have a lot of success trading, and I will see you tomorrow.